Hello, my lovely people. This is Resilient Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. So today's reading, I'm sensing that some of you are facing a challenge or perhaps a difficult time and are in a need of an advice or some advice. So this is the reading I'm gonna do today. If this is your situation, of course, welcome to your reading. If it's not, don't worry. Some other videos are gonna come true on my channel. Don't hesitate to click the following button, and you're always welcome to join my community. So what I want to do, of course, we're gonna do a tarot reading, get all the insight here. I'm just gonna give that a good shuffle. And while I shuffle, I'm going to give you my disclaimers as usual. So for me, you're always a master of your own decision. This is a general reading on you to find determined purpose. So you take the message that resonates with you. You can leave the other ones in the universe. We're looking at the current energy. Nothing is set in stones. And I think we're good. This is, of course, a timeless tarot reading as usual, but if you're watching it as I publish it, we're in the period of the full moon in Pisces. And if this is not the full moon in Pisces, we're still gonna send you the energy of the full moon out there. A lot of deep emotions coming through the surface, right? So we're gonna explore all of that together. So let's ask Spirit, what is going on at the moment? And what advice can my people get today? All right, Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, pretty sure that's in reverse. We have the Judgment and the King of Pentacles. Let's get one more. Thanks for that. And we have the Empress. All right, as always, I'm going to clarify each of them. Why we have the Nine of Pentacles? Nine of Cups. Interesting. Why the Seven of Swords? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Why the Judgment? Why the King of Pentacles? Let's go like this. So Queen of Swords, we have the Page of Wands for the Empress. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. All right. Okay, so interestingly, we're starting strong with Knight of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, which is literally telling me that some of you are here for a finances or work challenge, and some of you are here for a more relational challenge, or it could be both of us, or it could be like either choice you're gonna make implies that one is more, shall I say, rational, and the other one is more emotional. Let's just say like that. So the Nine of Pentacles is really an interesting card for building stability. Hearing that you guys are making the best decision. So I feel like some of you already know what decision you will make, and you just have to trust yourself a little bit more. And the nine for me is kind of telling me you're one step, like there's just one step left before acquiring the next challenge. Some of you are gonna have to make your decision like within the next 2 weeks. Because or else life is gonna make the decision for you and you might regret it. It's kind of what I'm sensing with the Judgment here. You can see all those people like make a choice, and then you see like this little angel here be like, what are you waiting for? And then that's you being like, I don't know what to do. I feel like today, like the full moon in Pisces, this is not a full moon for manifestation, but I'm getting the question a lot about what is driven you. So maybe some of you should ask yourself that question. Like what you need to make or to put in place for yourself to fill your cups, okay? It's interesting how we have a Seven of Swords that is kind of like fighting the Eight of Pentacles here. It seems like they're doing like a face-to-face battle. And the Seven of Swords is being like, I feel that some of you are a little bit stuck in the past. I don't know if it's the reason why you have a hard time making a decision, but I feel like in this perhaps this challenge or to make a decision for some of you, it's kind of like the past is kind of like holding you back. It really feels that it's interesting because I feel like some of you really have to start anew to make that work. And the full moon in Pisces, if you're doing rituals, you can look out for it. It's really about releasing. So it's not about manifesting, but I feel that some of you need to make some place for new energy. So to release like the bad energy from the past to bring some more new energy. And new people also. I'm sensing that we have a lot of characters here actually. And the Empress, what he's saying is to create something new. And the Page of Wands, I was kind of looking at another meaning for the Page of Wands, and it can really symbolize new beginning. Like you putting like all the energy, and it's also like both of those cards are really creative energy. Which is kind of telling me that to go through this challenge or to make that decision, you have to do something you're not used to or that is totally new for you. Some of you are gonna have to do some research. I don't know if researches is a word, but and once again, the King of Pentacles is telling us, you know, to acquire some stability, but also abundance. But in order to do that, we have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is really here about acting for ourselves, acting for equity, and really saying the truth. Like, what are your values? That's pretty much it. So really the advice that is saying to you is that maybe the solution is easier, it's easier than it seems, but since you're not used to that type of energy, it might be more difficult for you, okay? So we're gonna see what is the other advice, but it seems that there's really a challenge you have never faced before, okay? And it's kind of like, okay, what can I do? Or like how, I'm kind of getting out of your comfort zone a little bit and trying something new once again. It keeps coming back, trying something new. Focusing your energy inwards. Also, some of you might be through a sport or a hobby, but it really a hobby that is making you move. I don't know how that's so specific as a message, but I feel like there is, because usually when we think about, you know, going inner, we think about meditation and blah, blah, blah. But I feel that's for some of you, it's by moving, taking a walk, perhaps running, literally like a basketball or something like that, you know? So some of you could have like a revelation through moving your body. Have the King of Swords once again, and we do have the Nine of the Nine of Wands. So some energy that are coming through. Three of Wands here. Yeah, something is really holding you back. And it's kind of like if you don't do something, it's just gonna, like, as I said, love is gonna make decision for you. It might not be like, it might be holding you, not holding you back, but putting you further from your goal. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Sorry. Because the Three of Wands is literally like, okay, you just, for me, like in the classic tarot deck, it's just like you're waiting here, waiting for this to happen, but you really don't want the tower to collapse, right? All right, guys, let's get you the advice now. Yeah, some of you are like really stuck between two decisions. a choice. I don't know why an animal is coming through me. And I got like the meme from like oh my god, I don't know what the name is, so shout out to them, but I forgot the name, but it's kind of like the guy is like telling the cat, okay, choose a card or something like that. And you know, the cat just choose, right? So I don't know if an animal in your entourage or maybe your animal could be helping you make that decision. That seems really a bold of a statement, but if some of you believe in that, well, you're always welcome to take that message. All right, what advice do you have about the challenge? All right, so we have the Magician and the Six of... hold on, are those wands? I think they're swords. Yeah. So once again, the Magician can be really about manifesting. And what the Magician is saying is that you have every tool to get it started, but maybe you don't see it that way, okay? Because sometimes you have like a weakened self-esteem from time to time. And I see like the swords here are kind of like attached. Which is, for me, it's kind of like saying that it doesn't like show their fullest potential. They're kind of like stuck in that energy. So maybe like trying to ask yourself, what is blocking you? What is stopping you from that? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Ask for help from others. Also, I feel like this is something you can't really do alone. Maybe this is why we saw a lot of characters. Five of Cups, leaving something behind. All right, we have the Ace of Cups here. Okay, why the Wheel of Fortune? Nine of Swords. Why the Five of Cups? Five of Swords, and why the Ace of Cups? All right, we have the Page of Wands once again, and the Six of Cups. Okay. Did I say releasing the past? Because I feel like this is really what it is. And for those of you who are hesitating between, as I said, emotional versus rational decision, I really put that like into extreme. But the Ace of Cups is telling you actually to really follow your heart on that and to follow your deep emotional statement. So going within is also connecting to your deep emotions and be like, okay, what do I truly love about life? That's a question you could ask yourself, actually. And look at that, like how the swords is coming to like detangle, right? You just like take the sword, you cut that all out. And even like this one is stuck. That's interesting, but this one for me doesn't seem that stuck. So yeah, what he's saying here, right? Because this Five of Swords here, let's take that as an intuitive message. This is the one that is detangling. Is that even a word? Like, that is like releasing all of those red knots, shall I say. And this is the Five of Cups that is clarifying it. And the Five of Cups is kind of like that, okay? This is like something painful we let go of. But in the classic tarot deck, you see someone looking at three cups that are like at the floor, on the floor, like empty, and the person is kind of like sad. But what they don't see is that there's two cups behind them that are like fully there. So this is why I really feel for you guys. This is something that you don't see clearly, or you're not used to work with clearly. Which is going to be like a change of perspective for some of you. So for example, maybe some of you are not used to deal with your emotions, and now you have to do it. And it's kind of like, I feel like totally empty. I feel like in a void. Which is why it's kind of like seeing this problem from another perspective, perhaps. And you will see how much easier it is for you to take that decision. And yeah, the Six of Cups literally underneath the Page of Wands. And you can see how this character seems to like just like put down like the Six of Cups. It's just like with this one, it's like nope, nope, we're releasing the past, we're starting anew. Like carte blanche, shall I say, we're starting anew. Oh, interesting also. Be careful who you trust in that, because of course people gonna be able to help you. But I'm sensing that some of you are gonna have like different advice from people. This is why it's going to be really important to listen to yourself. Because you will realize that some are giving you advice, and even like your best friends, they're gonna give you advice, and you're kind of like, I don't really connect to that. Like for some reason, it doesn't resonate with me. And this is when you're gonna be able to understand more that it's going to be a total change for you. Because I see like this character seems to help them while there is fire here, and it's kind of trying to distract them from the real problem, from the sources. And the King of Swords, guys, for me is able to accomplish it all, so I'm not really worried about you. It's going to be, of course, we still have what's driven you, going within, once again. Oh, see, blockages. So yeah, it's gonna ask you to have some patience. We have the Seven of Pentacles here. And I don't feel you're gonna have the outcome you really want. Man, I forgot to say that I'm a tarot reader that is kind of straightforward sometimes, but just know that I'm always wishing the best for you guys. But I feel like the outcome that you really want is not gonna happen fast, but you have to kind of trust the process. And that, because at first it's gonna be like super uncomfortable. You're not used to be connected to your inner self, to your deep emotions, and then at one point, it's going to be like, okay, that makes sense. I have to do this to reach the outcome that I desire. So I would say, guys, really trust your instinct on that. It might be super uncomfortable and be like, why do I get this message? Like, I never do that. I'm not used to do that. Well, maybe this is the sign that you need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Some of you might be scared of change a little bit. But just know that real people are going to be... Some of your people will not be proud of it, and maybe this is when the Five of Cups is coming. You might lose some people, for some of you, in the process, but some people will stay and being like actually really great mentors, I'm sensing, to that process. So as I said, guys, you have all the tools. Look at this character even like taking this glass of wine, like, you know, I got this, you know, I can relax, I can enjoy like a nice bath. And actually you deserve, because I feel that some of you are like taking actions for quite some time and it didn't work out, and some of you might be really tired. And what it's saying is that it's okay, like you can relax a little bit. Like it doesn't mean that you're not putting the action tomorrow, that your outcome is not gonna happen. You still have time, and you can take the time for yourself to relax. And even for some of you, it's gonna be super important to actually take this time for yourself, because you're gonna be able to reflect and take a step back a little bit on that matter, and maybe it's gonna come out more clearly. Because I don't know if some of you are like used to ignore like those deep emotions and just like going through your day-to-day life and being like super rational, when maybe this is taking this time for yourself, and maybe have a good cry for some of you, and okay, like I have those deep emotions and I need to explore them so I could reach my outcome. All right, guys, so I hope this reading has given you some insight about perhaps your situation. Really trust the process, trust yourself on that. And as I said, don't expect the outcome for tomorrow is going to be a long process, but you got this. And release this bad energy from the past. You don't need it, and you deserve better. So I'm wishing you all the best, and I really, really hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.